Hey, what's going on? I want to start off to say thank you for tuning in. My name's Marcus. My YouTube channel is It's Uncle Marcus. I'm I'm Uncle Marcus. I have nephews and nieces, so that's where the name came from. Just to get that out of the way. So I wanted to start my YouTube journey. I want to start a YouTube journey and having a YouTube channel. I just wanted to dive in it, and I want y'all to come along with this journey as I grow and bring in more and more and better content. For anybody who was looking to start a YouTube channel, get into these reaction videos and all that stuff, you know what? Just do it. Life is too short. And I mean, I don't take myself too serious. I can laugh at myself, and you should be able to laugh at yourself and just have a good time. And this is what this channel is about. It's having a good time. We're going to talk about things, reacting to different videos and all that stuff. So one video that I wanted to look at is 5 reasons why you don't mess with the United States military. I know a little bit something about the military because I got family in the military, in the Navy, in the Air Force, and stuff like that. And there was a great video to be able to react to. So I ain't gonna talk your head off. So let's get into this video and enjoy with me.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe. In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in.
Listen, it's 2024 right now. That was in 2017. Who knows how much they have right now? 5,300. Come on. You know what? People want to. I want to move out the U.S. and all that stuff. Great, but if crap start hitting the fan, where you want to be? Over here, United States. I ain't going nowhere. If I strike it big, whatever, have a place over here, but things it start to hit the fan. America's where you want to be, baby. All right, let's get back into it.
In the world. The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter.
Listen, F-22 Raptor, all-time favorite military aircraft. I played that joint on Flight Simulator. I wish it was real life. I swear. You know, the fact is that plane was built way back then. Just the technology that goes into it, and they just years ahead of time. Plane can be this old, but the technology just hit of its time, and still other militaries can't catch up to that daggone aircraft.
Fighter heavy bombers such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 1980s with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft.
I think I've seen that drone in the sky
stealth
years ago.
Are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a fifth-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee. What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft. even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes. It's a whole other
When I
story to successfully
get
track
my
them
weight up,
and
give me a
register a
flight,
missile
more
kill.
flight simulator
The whole idea
joysticks and all
behind
this
this
stuff.
technology is to break the chain in
Just had
which
to
a
send back my
conventional
VR.
surface-to-air missile defense system works.
So
It's the same reason
nothing
countries
like
like
playing Flight
China
Simulator
and
in the
Russia
VR
are
headset.
also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively.
Yeah, I want to check those out
These
too.
aircraft
Maybe
will allow
react to
the US
those.
Air Force to assert its air superiority.
Yeah, I probably react to those, to the other, to my other aircrafts. Uh, I ain't gonna let you in too much. Too much. More to come.
Over any battlefield of the future, and we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war. The next reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean.
The strength of the U.S. Navy. Yes, I do have family members that's in the Navy, and I've been on the Navy base before. Things is like a whole nother city. Like you don't even have to live in there. I mean, you don't have to leave it. I mean, so I've seen some Navy ships and all that stuff. Not some of them were out or whatever, but the capabilities and how massive. Never mind. Let's go. Let's go.
Especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet.
All right. Not to keep cutting the video off. So a nuclear powered aircraft carrier, they could be out at sea for months at a time. So it's like this how I look at it. This how I think the world more nuclear plants be around and this uh green initiative stuff going on. Is nuclear powered things are more safer now. So if you can have a whole aircraft carrier out for months and they survive out there for months and you don't hear nothing about them going crazy and all that stuff. Put more nuclear power plants if you want about the climate change. Like, come on now.
In the world. The only navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers. The Nimitz class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport. The Nimitz-class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly. A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group. These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels. Together, they project the power of the carrier and at the center of the group forward towards the enemy. While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US carrier strike group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz-class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century. The third reason...
Listen, the U.S. is advanced. They spend mad money. The fact that you see that how protected Japan, West Coast, East Coast, Europe, and our allies. Allies is important. All right, let's keep going.
The reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US.
Listen, once nuclear missiles and all that stuff start to go off, there's the end of civilization. You know what I mean? That's cool. We got a lot of them. Whatever, Russia got a lot of them. You know, China got some, and North Korea and other countries. So like nobody's trying to fire no intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles because there's in a civilization. Very few going to survive. Then a new civilization of something flying bat monkeys or something, or start up or whatever. It's crazy though. More for defense. I know that it's more for defense.
US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers. ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from the warhead, which re-enters the atmosphere and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota.
Yeah, I've been out Montana, Bozeman, in Yellowstone Park. I wonder where they at though. What part of Montana and all this stuff. Montana's nice. A lot of mountains, the mountain range and all that stuff. Montana's chill. People told me not to go out there, but I did, and I had a good time.
The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond, these missiles have undergone constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engine.
Yeah, I think what they say about the United States military is the maintenance routines, and the maintenance to keep up with their equipment and the military equipment and weapons and all that stuff is unmatched by other countries. And I guess other countries is trying to model a little bit about the United States military. And that's one advantage is that the upkeep is, what I know, is up to par.
The propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years, with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,917.5
While you're watching, make sure y'all like and subscribe
miles.
too.
They can carry multiple
I
330
keep telling
kiloton nuclear warheads,
great content
which is
coming.
20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and
That's
Nagasaki.
crazy.
Not only that, each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV,
I'm not gonna
and was
butcher that.
first
I'm not trying to
developed
say
for the
that.
Minuteman III family of missiles. So any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's
Look
notice.
at that
If it
visualization.
weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire
Smelling
down
that
on you,
realistic.
it would be precision-guided munitions,
Crazy.
or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea. All branches of the US military use smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency.
The fact is, smart bombs and stuff like that, just the amount of investment that goes into the military is just, and there's levels to people and how smart people is. You makes me feel stupid how people, chemists and all that stuff, developing nuclear weapons and the technology and the mathematics that goes into it, and even like the guided smart missiles and all. It's crazy.
These bombs are so effective that during the first Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits. Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to
Yeah, I think
target.
it wasn't
However,
GPS given to us by
sometimes
the
this
military
becomes
or
a
something
problem,
like
as
that.
GPS
That's the
coverage
reason
is
why
not
we got
always
GPS
reliably
now.
available everywhere across the globe,
GPS
or
is the
bad
greatest
weather
invention of all
conditions can
goddamn
hinder
time.
operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center,
Minus, you know.
and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance. The project is known as Moving Target Artillery.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't have to develop certain stuff because the mind of cyber warfare going on and the hacking of satellites and all this stuff. I guess whatever the Space Force and all this division that's been implemented to rely heavily on like GPS and satellites in a way that's real advanced, but also can be a hindrance. So I can see why they would develop more stuff that relies less on GPS. Kudos to the United States military.
Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin integrated management self-propelled 155mm
More proud of
artillery
people that's in the
systems
military,
already in
I
use
swear.
by the US military. The shells will also feature an
I barely
extended
sleep now.
range
You
of
think I
40 to
sleep
60 miles using
after
rocket
dealing with
boosters
that
to
for
propel them.
years?
Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world. Lastly, the fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is drones. We're all
Drones, Obama
familiar with what
drones.
an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to
Obama
do.
drones.
But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military.
I see people in that Area 51 UFO type stuff or whatever, and how well protected it is. There's your clues to why this Area 51 exists, and they're gonna say yeah, it's UFOs and all that stuff. Possibly it is UFOs, but whatever. If it's debunked or whatever, put in the comments or whatever below. But oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe before we get to the end. But yeah, cause I remember, cause I'm an '80s baby. I believe that stealth fighter, Nighthawk, whatever the night and the B-2 bomber. I know because it's like I said, it's the Air Force. It's the Air Force base a couple of miles away from where I'm at. And I remember seeing that when I was younger, both of them. And I don't know how, a few years ago or not too long ago, whatever. Yeah, it was a few years ago. But the older, the stealth bomber, or stealth fighter, whatever it is, the more triangular one. I remember seeing it because it flies slow, and I remember, you know what? I'm just mumbling. Let's keep going.
Operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks
Yeah,
and have
of
been
course they're gonna
extensively
weaponize it
used by the US
after a
military
while.
in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications. Some of them, like the
1,000.
Lockheed Martin
Lockheed Martin.
RQ-170 Sentinel and the
That's
Boeing
dope.
MQ-25
See,
Stingray, are
see, this why I can say like the UFO type looking things that people like, that's a UFO or whatever. If it's because when they developing these militaries, whatever, they're years ahead of they years ahead. Like the F-22, other military still can't even catch up. The fact is how smart people are to develop years ahead is like make you feel dumb as ever. So that will look like an alien spacecraft. So they want you to believe Area 51 is the UFOs and all that other stuff. That's what they distract you. They don't want their secrets to get out. You don't really want their secrets to get out too. If you living in the United States of America, and you want the strongest military for foreign enemies and all that stuff. You want to have the best. So I'm not trying to get in their business. If I keep it secret or whatever, it's one person. But if they like this stingray and all that stuff, that looks like a UFO. You see that flying, you think it's like a UFO. It's crazy. Maybe they do got that. You know what I mean? The ETs gave them some some technology we don't know about. You never know. Picked up a crash land or something like that. But if you try to keep secrets, I would make up some folklore of crashing aircrafts or UFOs, some stuff like that.
Are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the
Look
US
at it. It
military with
looks like a
state-of-the-art
UFO.
platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions
That looked
to
like a
aerial
UFO. When I
refueling.
first seen it, I was like, what the heck is
Drone
that?
technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity. This capability will allow all the
22
services
Raptor,
under the US
baby.
military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare
Was that
setting, it's
F-16? I
almost
think that's what
impossible
that
to
was.
beat the US military machine. That's why modern enemies of the United States are employing more and more asymmetric
I
warfare
want to shoot a
strategies
rocket
against the
launcher.
mighty US military. Despite that, the
Look at that
US
fleet.
military juggernaut is hands down the
Even
most
tank,
powerful
maybe
military
a tank coming
complex
down
in
your
the world
block, you'd be like,
today,
oh,
and probably
let me
will
go in the
be
house real
for
quick.
decades to come. That's all we have for you today, folks. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you like the video and want to stay up to date on cool military stuff like this, then click.
All right, so that's my reaction to the Destiny channel. Give that shout out to the Destiny channel. 5 reasons why you don't mess with the United States military, and I'm pretty sure it's more than 5 reasons why you don't. But like I like I said, this the craziness is how powerful that the United States military is. Like I said, I've been on naval bases and all that stuff, and like I said, the naval bases like cities within themselves. You don't even have to leave, and you have all the amenities: car washes, gas stations, McDonald's, wine and spirits type deals, movie theaters. I think they got shopping and everything or whatever, housing. It's crazy. But yeah, I want to thank y'all for tuning into my very first video, 5 reasons why you shouldn't mess with the United States military. And like I said, more to come. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more content to come. And I want y'all to enjoy my journey with me. And like I said, for anybody that wanted to start a YouTube channel, just get into it, just start talking and just enjoy. So signing out, it's your boy. It's Uncle Marcus, because I'm Uncle Marcus. All right, take it easy.